compete with nobody about trying to make the most money. I can give two shits. I make what I make. It is what it is. And that's just what it is. Because I'm gonna be very honest with you. When I analyze the Midnight Courts, I sit back and I realize a lot of people that did it, when it came to that man, they didn't do it because they were concerned with children. They did it because of business, right? So a lot of them, when they came on my panel and I heard them talk, there was not much concern for real. A lot of them were trying to distance themselves. They pretended they didn't know. They're lying. You know what I'm saying? And what is the financial benefit behind what happened to that man's agency? Let's talk about it. He's a top agent.
He had a lot of big hosts in that agency too, and if his agency does get dissolved, what's going to happen is now you're going to have a lot of heavy hitting hosts that bring a pretty penny to an agency that are free agents and are able to pick whatever agency they want to go to.
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, the people that knew about it, they're not losing their agencies. It's not them facing life in prison. You know what I mean? It's not their grandmother who's going to be suffering. So, no. If I wanted to just do things for money, I wouldn't be on fucking Beagle. I promise anybody here. I could just literally do crazy shit online and get 30 grand my first month. Easy.
Yo, cool.
So, no. What's up?
Just one thing I want to make clear, right? Because, like, I keep hearing that, right? Like, I keep hearing that he was one of the top agents. I want you guys to know something. He, in fact, was not a top agent on that. His agency finished first in agency prestige. That has only to do with efficiency.
But he's still
agencies that
had heavy hitting host stuff.
No, bro, I know who was on his roster. I know who his top hosts were. I can promise you there are a plethora of agencies that have way better hosts and who are hitting way bigger tiers, but that's not the point. The point is the narrative of him being a top host. Him being a top agency. His efficiency level was the best out of everybody, and he actually had people participate in the activities which raised his efficiency even more by participating in the events that Beagle asked. There's a lot of people in here that just don't give a shit. Like, for instance, I'll give you an example. Primo, that was just here. Primo has hosts that surpass any of that dude's hosts. I have hosts that surpass them. There's plenty of agencies. 20 has a fucking barrage of good hosts. You know what I mean? And then you gotta understand the agency that 20's in. 20's the number one host, and he's the number one host in Canada. Take for instance the agency that Bully's in. You know what I mean? You know, like
whether he was top or not, he still has hosts that people would capitalize on if he left. I'm gonna be very honest with you. If I was him, if I was him, I'm gonna be very, very honest. I created a source of income for myself. If I'm not hurting anybody, if there's no proof that this man was grooming children on this app,
you thought about he should sue?
No, not sue. I would fight for help to keep my shit. And even if I would transfer to some, I would not just sit there and lose everything.
Right.
If I'm
I hear you, but I just don't understand how that will fall under the clause of him not being able to access the internet as one of his, underlying themes, conditions.
Well, he might not be able to access the internet, but he could always partner with people that access the internet. You don't have to go. He don't got to access it. If he has people that are, family members, friends, people he trusts, sign a contract and switch it over. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and be on the internet. Because unless his agency was in fact being used with proof, messages from him, voice notes from him, clippings from him, recruiting underage girls, I want us to be very careful. One of the reasons why Midnight Court is fair is because I look at both sides. The guilty, both people complaining, I look at both of the humanities as well. innocent. Never. Because people interact, right? Now, they might not be guilty to the level that is worth even mentioning, right? What's up, Big Top Mama? But I've never had a where everybody was just completely innocent. No. And I'm not a fool. I understand, quite frankly, whether he was a top agency or not, or efficiency. People still gain to capitalize off it, right?
Oh, correct.
It's not a coincidence that the day he hit that tier or whatever that shit was he was in, that's when all of a sudden everything came out. There's a lot of snakes on this app, right? A lot of weird people on this app that just do things and pretend. You know what I mean? I have no qualms about where the fuck I'm at, right? And I might love somebody to death, right? But I duly recognize that 99% of people will sell each other out on this app for money. It's happened to me. Or for clout. Or for, if they feel like the ship is burning, they will skedaddle like rats and scurry. Look what happened to Divine's fucking family. Right? People have even gone on the inside, recorded Discord, recorded talking shit about people, violating the trust of people. Just so they could come up and get some beans themselves. So I make no bones about where I'm at. You know? I think a lot of people on this app think I'm a fool. And I try to explain to them, if you look at my life, there's nothing foolish about me. You know? And there's a lot of shit I don't tell people on this app. People think they know a lot. But nobody on this app truly knows my finances. That's number one. Nobody on this app truly knows my family dynamic. Nobody on this app knows what I have where, who I have where. They don't know shit. Because I recognize most people on this app are pieces of shit. And there's very few people on this app that are going to be as real as I am to them. To me, as I am to them. I'm saying so.
Haitian, I have a PK at 6, so I'll be back if you're still live afterwards, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to rescue mode, and I'm going to go ahead.
Okay, no, you don't have to. Don't worry about it. Hi.
No, I'm going to come through with gifts. I'm going to come through. So, when I look at I had a conversation with that man after the panel. He went through all the numbers and everything like that. And yes, he was doing good. Regardless, I don't care if he's top or not, he was doing good. And I understand he definitely stepped on some toes and did whatever. But the truth is, you know, he's not a nature boy. Right? He's not that guy. So, you know, for the sake of just being honest, I think there's people on this app that have done worse than he's done, and they've gotten away with it. I think there's some serious child molesters on here. There's some serious rapists.
I agree.
You know, there's a lot of them here. And
I was just in a live before I came in your room, right? I was in a live. I seen this new user go live, right? It was obviously a female. So I go in there, right? The moment I go in there, there's people in there actually trying to poach her, right, to join their agency, right? While she has two weirdos sitting in her guest boxes because she doesn't know how to turn it off, right? And these two dudes are cammed up, sticking their tongue out at her. You can tell that one is obviously masturbating standing up. You know what I mean? But he just doesn't have the camera pointed in that direction. But you can see by his expressions and the way he's moving in front of the camera that he's doing something fucked up. You know what I mean? And she's just like trying to figure out, like, fuck, how do I put these fools back in the, like, how do I get these fools out of here? And I must have seen like 4 different agency owners in there. They're completely ignoring what's going on, right? And they're just like, hey, you want to become a host? Hey, you want to become a host? So like, it just pissed me off, bro. So I typed in the box to her 3 times how to calm them down, but she couldn't read it because of all the plethora of bullshit that people were asking and saying. You know what I mean? So I just left, bro. I was like, right. You know what I mean? That's why. At
that point, there's almost like nothing you can do. Like, damn. Like,
yeah, but that's why going forward, bro. I'm not here to play Captain Avenger and people's Bigo drama. You know what I mean? Like, if you got Bigo drama going on, keep the Bigo drama to yourself, because I, for one, am not going to put a cape on and rescue you. You know what I mean? because I know better than anybody. You can be problematic with someone one day and then be on the same page the next. You know what I mean?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So, but
I look, yeah. What happened?
you know what I'm saying? But what angers me is when people use foul rhetoric on one another, and try to let that be the end all and be all of their situation. You know what I mean? It's like, how can I say? Since no one has anything to be mad about, they just want to constantly find a reason to be mad. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't believe emotions are permanent. I believe that I believe they're situational. You know what I mean? Someone that like, if there's someone that comes, if I truly come across someone that says they fucking hate me fully, and they're able to stand on that for the remainder of the period that we exist, then hey, more power to you. But I, for one, I'm a 40-year-old man, bro. I'm in a stage in my life where I don't have time holding hate in my heart for nobody. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't. You know what I mean? Now, if I was 22, 23, 24, I might have had all the energy in the world to hate you. You know what I mean? But I got real responsibilities in life that I have to take care of. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck about hitting you on the app. You know what I mean? I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, people have said some foul shit about me, bro. You know? Lots of people on this app. You know what I mean? And then people will look at it and be like, yo, how is he on the same page with this person or that person? How is that person talking to them? Bro, people need to start focusing on utilizing their empathy and tapping into their inner selves instead of just being a commentating fucking gossiping weirdo. You know what I mean? Because that shit's weird. You know?
This app is made of people like that. And I know because once in a while I engage in bullshit, so I know very well.
Hi, Cheese.
Yeah.
What's up, Candy? Thank you, Paula.
I mean, when I take a look at this dude's situation, I'm gonna be honest with you. I really can't wait to take down some of those people because they talk shit, but I'm gonna make sure they keep the same energy. Make sure they keep the same energy when it's their midnight court, because people like to pile on. Right? They won't, of course they won't. People like to pile on and divert and jump and attack one person. That's why I'm gonna be honest with you. Some people I see that are here, like hosts, I just don't think they can make it because they worry about people say so much. I don't worry about that shit. I've been exposed and doxxed or whatever you want to call it a bunch of times. People trying to get me locked up. A bunch of times. What's up, Astro? But you can't. People can't worry about people's opinions. You know. And I tell people, just as hard as I fall in love, I was tired because I haven't slept. It was a long day. Somebody committed suicide in my property. Well, not my property. Somebody used to live here committed suicide about a block away. So he lived here. Well, he still lived here. You know what I mean? So like I was saying, I don't really worry about people's opinions because I've come to realize people are fickle, specifically on this app. And I don't trust anybody. I mean, very, very few people I trust. And that's people I've trusted for a long time, right? And not just that, just actions and stuff like that. I trust, but I don't trust fully. Simply because I know that I've personally experienced people turning on me on this app. And sometimes it be the most concerning and love you, cool, you're so awesome, and then boom, they'll turn on you. And then when you react, because you have such a large voice or whatever, and don't truly give a fuck, then people forget about the action that caused the reaction. So for me, it's like with that situation with that gentleman in the midnight court, I'm just not truly interested, you know. And on top of that, it's over and done with, you know. Now a lot of these other hosts are taking it and making content and running around with it and doing this and calling this man's probation officer. That's something I would not do, nor would I ever do, and I've never done, you know. I think it's jealousy. It's a lot of jealousy. And if you really, really want to analyze it now, his only crime is being on the internet. That's his only crime, currently. Yes, there's no crime with him touching children. No one knows if he's still selling DVDs or whatever, or child pornography, whatever form, you know, they will be selling nowadays. I don't think the DVDs anymore, but any one of those type of platforms, right? I don't think he's still doing that. So, what's up, Knowledge? What's up, brother? Hey, Knowledge, join my family, man. Tap my name, bro, and go on to Family Badge and go through. Hey, sure. We're trying to grow the roster, you know. There's a lot of hidden agendas, like I was saying. None of these people truly, you know, are innocent, and most don't give a fuck, man. Most don't give a shit, you know. But if he's not allowed to be on the internet, if there are no bylaws on Bigo, no doubt, bro, no doubt, man. There's no bylaws on Bigo saying that because he has a police order, he can't himself be here. Then, you know, all right, I'm about to accept the application right now, Knowledge. Then there's no reason as to why he should keep being badgered. Because I'm sure if we dig into everybody's background, everybody, you'll go down and find something. You know, you'll find something. So I personally just don't. I could drag the story out for a month, but upon speaking to him the first time on the phone, I saw how the story was. Then we did the panel. Then I spoke to him again at length, and I realized, okay, you know, this man could kill himself. That shit's not worth my conscience. Fuck the billions of views and anybody here. That anybody on this app, platform, in this universe has an issue with it. You know? I'm just not going to keep picking this man while he's down. You know? Just not doing it. And I might just get rid of that Midnight Court YouTube thing too, by the way. In terms of that particular episode. You know? It just, it is what it is. The man did his crime. If America is about redemption, that's what prison is about. There's only two things you can't redeem from: murdering somebody because you can't apologize, and raping a person.
Hey, cool.
What's up, Scoop?
Hey, what's up with y'all? How y'all doing?
Not much, so. All right.
Hey, listen, I want you to hear this real fast, man. This is what it sounds like. Good.
Oh, Gary, please.
Is that you, Scoop? Is that you?
No, I had that situation one time before, but it's just funny. I see the video and I was like, boy, I'm about to go on Bigo in trouble.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, right? Were you here for the midnight court I did last Tuesday?
We're not, because I was
okay. All right, so let me ask you a question. So a man was convicted of distributing child pornography, right? Heinous. From 2 years old to like teenagers, right? He was convicted, did his crime, went to prison. Years later, now, part of his parole stipulation is that he should not be on the internet, right? So, we did a midnight court, we opened up the files, we put pictures of his mugshot, everything went down the list, people came and defended, they got chewed out because he did his crime. But let me ask you a question, though, on the flip side of that, right? Not for sure. And it's a critical thing. No emotions. On the flip side of that shit, would you keep dragging that man if he's already committed a crime? Did his time? Would you keep dragging that man, bro?
Well, asking me that question, me being the person that I am, being a convicted felon, being a hood person and everything, man, we gonna bang on your ass on every corner. Every chance I catch you, nigga. Especially you talking about fucking with the kids. I don't have sympathy for niggas like that.
But what I'm saying is this, though, legally speaking, right?
Hey, listen, cool. Right now, I'm in the middle of my neighborhood. I'm at my doghouse. I'm at one of my best friend's house, man. Listen, 2 blocks away from here, about 2 years before I got locked up. Tony, you remember when they put them on right there across the street from the Blue Store? They had them child molesters move inside that motherfucker. We had their ass out of here within a month.
Yeah.
Motherfucker up out of here. Like, I ain't got no sympathy I have no sympathy for people who fuck with the kids, bro.
I don't think it's a sympathy thing. I think it's more of a legality thing, right? Okay, so.
I mean, if you're on the legal side, they've done on the legal side, they've done they time. You know, I can understand that. I can me as a person, that's my what I believe in.
Right. So, what's up right now? We got something to say about this?
Hello. Yeah. At the end of the day, if one day you can hurt a child and hurt them in that fashion, in that form, there's another day down the road that you can do the same thing.
Well, did you know what? Okay, so I don't want to get too much details with it, but like I said, I'm not gonna go too much. Do you know exactly what the crime was?
Yeah.
What was the crime?
You're talking about the man, and you're talking about the family that fell apart.
Mm-hmm.
He molested children from the age of 2 and was saying that he
there was no molestation.
There was no molestation. He distributed
pornography. Pornography.
Right. So yes, there is a big difference between you physically putting your hands on a child, or a woman, or a man, or whatever, from a young age to a teenager, or whatever, or any age actually.
The one that actually, like, just to be clear, the reason why people keep on thinking intertwining the physical aspect is because he had a family member who actually raped a 5-year-old or some shit.
Right. Okay, then.
Yeah. He was just filming. He was the man behind the camera.
No, he wasn't. He was a distributor. What he was.
Bro, he was burning the DVDs himself, bro.
Right.
He was fucked up.
I'm not saying it's not fucked up. He downloaded the shit, burned them on the DVD tapes. This is back in the day, and then redistributed that shit. So he was not in the presence of that actually happening. Actually, if you are in the presence of that happening, by the way, you get charged the same crime as child molestation, as a child molester. So he was not there physically, but he was, what you might call it? He was distributing the film that he copied from the internet.
And you know he had to look at it.
Of course he looked, he claims he had looked at it. That was bullshit. Of course he looked at it.
Right. You know he looked at it because he knew what he was distributing. And if you're able to look, if you're able to look at a child being raped in that shape, that frame of mind, you're just as fucked up as the person who did it from the begin with. Because if he gets his hands on anything else, he's going to distribute that too.
Right. See, the thing is, what I'm saying is this, right? So he's gone, right? He's gone from this app. Okay?
We think he's gone from this app.
Yeah, I personally don't think he'll ever leave. And I'm going to say this again. You know, people have to learn, right? And this is the thing, right? So I wanted to be an attorney growing up for a reason, even though I went to business school. But I think I would have made one hell of an attorney because, to be honest with you, I can remove my emotion, man, and look at just the straight facts and the logics, right? That's why I used to have a say we call facts over feelings. Before we did Midnight Court, it used to actually be called facts over feelings. I think that if this man, if there's no evidence of this man going at the kids still to this day, he most likely should fight for no chance to this. Once again, I personally think he should be burned at the cross without being objective here for a reason, right? And to me, this is a great exercise in mental prowess to be able to remove my emotions from it. I have a daughter who's 16. I have a son who's 14. Who's 13. I have a mother who was raped. So believe me, I understand. And what I'm saying is this, though. So let's say he was he was not what you may call it. Let's say he did have that stipulation about being on the internet, right? Would people truly give a fuck? Would they stop him?
They should.
Of course they should. I'm saying, though, would they be able to stop him, though?
No, they're not going to be able to stop it.
Exactly.
I'm a child of molestation from the age of 7 to 12, and then when I was 19, I lived in North Carolina, and the neighbor broke into the house and raped me.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
So with that being said and done to me,
right.
Till this day, being 48 years old, it affects me. It still affects me.
Absolutely. I can imagine, because I know my mother's 59 years old, and it affects her.